guys. Happy Vlogmas day 4. Today is Sunday. It's been a really chill day, so there wasn't much vlog footage for me to show you anyway. So yeah, I just wanted to show you a recap of our first week of December. For those of you who are new, hi, my name is Emmy. I am married with 2 children, and I like to create budgeting content to show you how we plan to get out of over $200,000 worth of debt. I'm currently participating in Vlogmas, so some of my other videos are just kind of day in the life, little snippets of what I usually do on the day-to-day, but most of my content includes weekly check-ins, cash stuffings, sinking fund stuffings and check-ins, as well as different savings challenges and all of the ups and downs that come with getting out of debt. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, then please feel free to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I am so close to 500 subscribers, so thank you all so much if you have subscribed already. I appreciate you so much. And of course, to all my returning subscribers, hi! Feel free to leave a comment down below so I know you stopped by. So this is what my December budget layout looks like. I do create all of my own weekly check-in printable sheets as well as sticker sheets. And for December, I have this really cute pattern that I call Pink Trees. It's kind of like a paintbrush, not necessarily Christmas trees, but they could be Christmas trees, and I like how it's not traditional red and green. So you can use this for December, or you could even save it for January or February because it still gives off that winter vibe. So I'm going to be using this and my personal check-in sheets. You will see this design linked down below in my Etsy shop if you are interested. Okay, so our monthly budget runs from the 25th to the 25th of every month, and that's just basically because how my husband gets paid. He is a high school band director, and he gets paid once a month on the 25th of every month. Really, it just works out for my family to budget from the 25th to the 25th. So our first week of our December budget was from November 25th until December 1st, and this is how it all broke down. Okay, first I want to start by saying that I did roll over a lot of money from November into our December budget, and this was just kind of a way for me to prepare because I had a feeling that December was going to be a really spendy month, so I wanted to bring over a lot more than I usually do. My husband got paid exactly what was budgeted. Didn't get paid as much as I thought I was going to because there was a day this week where my son got sick from school, and so I had to take a couple of hours off in order to go get him, so I didn't work my full 40 hours, but that's okay because there are some weeks or some pay periods where I work overtime and it all kind of evens out in the end. Sinking funds, I expected us to use a lot this month because of Christmas shopping and other things, so I thought for the whole month we would spend about $1,700 in sinking funds, which I know sounds like a lot, but a huge chunk of that is going to be for Christmas presents and Christmas activities. So if I divide that by 4 evenly, then that means we would spend $425 per week for the month of December. We ended up using $506.16 from our different sinking funds this week, and I'll break that down for you guys in more detail in just a minute. I did use $700 from my savings, and this was the savings to go towards the down payment of my car. I told some of you guys already, but my old car did finally die on me, and so I did have to purchase a new car. And so I have been saving up for several months, just about $100 a month in order to put towards a down payment for a new car. And so I have saved $700 so far, plus at the end of November we received a additional income of $900 that I was not expecting. So I was okay with using the $700 I saved already plus a little bit of that extra income at the end of November, and we used that to put $1,000 down towards a new car. So that's where that $700 came from. The 2 cents was just the interest that was accrued in my bank account. So all in all, we have an income of $6,500.81. So the next thing I like to do is list out all of the bills that we have. For the first week, we just had the one bill, and that was for internet. That was $90.92. So I subtract that from our income, and we are left with $6,409.89. I bring that down to our next category, which are the debt payments that we have. So we have our mortgage payment and a minimum payment for our Wells Fargo credit card. And those came out just as expected, a total of $985.14. So if I subtract that from what was left over, we're left with $5,424.75. I move over to our next little section, which are the weekly expenses. Some people like to call these cash envelopes or variable spending. So I just went ahead and wrote down what was left over here at the top. The different expenses we have are food. This includes groceries and eating out. And in our groceries, that also includes all household supplies. So if we ever need toilet paper, diapers, cleaning supplies, all of that comes from the grocery budget. And then the eating out is combined there. So that's $300 for a week for my family of 4. Then my husband gets $75 a week. I used to give him $100 a week, but now that marching band season is over, we're going to try giving him a little bit less per week and see if that works. I definitely lowered my allowance to $60 a week because I could not be trusted with $100 a week. I just went and overspent every single week. So $60 for me. I think I may have found a good budget for gas, but I don't know. $125 a week is what we're going to give ourselves. Now that I'm working in a hybrid schedule to go back to the office, it's almost like every other day, we do use a little bit more gas than usual, but it seems to me like I can never get the right amount for our gas expenses. I'm either budgeting too much or not enough, but we're going to see if 125 is enough. Again, $425 was what I budgeted for sinking funds, and I never budget anything for unbudgeted. However, here's the way the week actually broke down. We only went over budget by $37.57, which is kind of a lot, but that was basically one additional eating out meal that put us over a budget. So overall, not too bad in my opinion. We did stock up on a lot of things this week, lots of pantry items, lots of household cleaners like laundry detergent, dish detergent. So it was a big spendy week for groceries, and we actually did very well in terms of eating out. I think for this week we only ate out twice, which I know seems like a lot, but it's good for us. My husband way overspent with his allowance. He bought a couple of meals out. He got lots of Starbucks coffee reloaded. You can do the automatic reload onto your Starbucks card. And then he also went out for drinks with a couple of his friends. So overall, he did go over budget this week. I, however, went under budget. I was $8.84 under budget, and I have my extra money here, and we're going to put all of that in some savings challenges, so stick around for that. We did not spend as much as I thought in gas. Only one of us filled up this week. Usually I like to keep whatever's left over in there because that means next week we're probably going to fill up a lot more. If we didn't fill up one week, we're going to fill up a lot the next week. So anyway, didn't spend all that I thought. And sinking funds, we spent a whole bunch. We spent $538.18. There was something we bought from our house sinking fund that we did not have enough funds in order to cover it, which is why the savings used right over here, the sinking funds used was $506.16, but we didn't have enough in our house sinking fund to cover all of it. So $32.02 was spent out of home, but I could not use our home sinking fund to pay for it. We had to use our bank buffer to pay for it, which is, I hope that makes sense. So we pulled in this much savings, but we actually spent this much out of our different sinking fund categories. And since my expenses table has a lot of extra space. What I decided to do from here on out is label the different sinking funds we spent from, and then at the very bottom I have some room still left for unbudgeted. So for entertainment we spent $179.30. We took my son to go see Disney on Ice. It was so much fun. He loved it. It's like a little ice skating show that's catered towards kids, but I mean, let's be real, I enjoyed myself. So we got tickets to go see that. We paid for cotton candy, popcorn, and a little souvenir. So that's what all that entertainment money came from. Home, we had to buy a couple of new power strips, and again, we didn't have the funds. I think our home sinking fund is at 0. We depleted that for the month of November, so we had to use our bank buffer to pay for that. For kids, I bought my son some Pokemon cards, and the gift sinking fund, I bought a crochet pattern where I'm starting to pick up crocheting, and maybe I'll add that to one of my vlogs for this Vlogmas month, but I purchased something on Etsy, a little crochet pattern that I'm going to try and follow and create a little stuffed animal. We'll see if it works. And then we did spend some money out of our Christmas sinking fund to buy different Christmas presents for our kids. I bought some stuff for my husband, and he bought some things for me. And then for the unbudgeted column, it seems like a lot, but $1,000 of this was the down payment for my car. So I had to spend $1,000 for the down payment. The $20.91 was for something my husband had to buy for his school. He is a high school teacher, and he does have to make purchases for his classroom periodically. But what's good is he gets to write all of those things down, save his receipts, and he does get reimbursed for that. So the $1,000 was for my car. $20.91 will be reimbursed. I'm not too upset about that unbudgeted amount. It was all necessary. So in total, we way overspent what I thought we were going to, but for the most part, we had money to cover it. So $2,167.15. Subtract that from what's left over, we are left with $3,257.60. So our last table down here is our savings table, so that way I know what we can do with our remaining money. We have a save and go account that was set up by Wells Fargo, where basically anytime you swipe your debit card or anytime a direct debit comes out of your checking account, they take a percentage of that and they automatically move that into your savings account. You don't have to do anything extra, and the amount they move over is usually so small it's not an amount you're going to miss. So for example, this week they moved $2 over into our savings account, so that's good. What happened with my remaining amount for my allowance? I rolled my budget with Ira die. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I did roll a 4, which is incredible because all I had to work with was $8.84. So the fact that I rolled a 4 was like, oh, that's awesome. So $4 is going towards my dice savings challenge, and then for my penny savings challenge, I'm just going to put away the rest of what was left over. And so I'm not going to put anything away towards the Disney challenge this week. And then I did deposit $950 into some various sinking fund accounts, so that way we have money for the month of December to work with. Altogether, we're saving $960.84. So if I subtract that from what's left over, we are going to roll $2,296.76 into week 2. Okay, before I show you week 2 and what my plan is, I want to go ahead and do something about this extra money here. So $4 is going towards my dice savings challenge, which I have right here. And if I could just get... So I have a 5. Let me see if I have $1 that I can exchange. I do. Okay, so if I put 5 in and take 1 out, that's $4. And I'll go ahead and mark off the number 4. Wow, I rolled a 4 tons of times. I can only roll a 4 two more times, sorry, before I can't have a 4 anymore. By the way, this is the Dice Savings Challenge from Budget with Ira. You are given this little envelope with a customized vinyl lettering on top, and then you get a 20-sided die, and whatever number it lands on, that's how much you save and put away. It's what I've been doing with my personal allowance money. I'm not putting anything away towards the Disney challenge, and the penny savings challenge is getting the $4.84 that's left over. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna go here with the dollar bills. And then the 84 cents change is gonna go in the change jar. Heads up, it's gonna be a little loud. Okay. So 484, I can cross off my next biggest number here. 484 minus 350 is my next biggest number. And that leaves me with $1.34, which I think I still have. Yep. And that's our savings challenges done. All right, so let me show you what week 2 is looking like. So I have an estimated rollover of $2,734.12. I estimate we're going to use about the same amount of sinking funds, $425, and I don't expect any other income for this week. So let's add all of that up. So that's a budgeted income of $3,159.12. Most of our bills are going to be coming out this week. So we have my daughter's daycare payment, my husband's Apple subscription, my son's piano lessons, which is going to be a little bit less because he has his piano recital coming up. And after the recital, his piano teacher isn't going to be giving lessons for the rest of the month. So I expected it to be about half what it usually is. We have Amazon Prime and Spotify and an Apple Plus TV subscription coming out. We have our AT&T, which is our cell phone bill, and then our power bill. So all of those bills come to $904.58. So if I subtract that from our budgeted income, we should have $2,254.54. So sorry you couldn't see that at all, but there you go. I'm going to bring that down to our next little table, just so I know what it is I'm working with. And the only debt payment we have is my Capital One credit card minimum debt payment. I do plan on making extra payments this month, but for this week, this is when the minimum payment comes out, and I do all of my extra debt payments at the end of the month. So just the $59. If I subtract that from what is left over, I am left with $2,195.54. I can bring that over here to our expenses. $2,195.54. Again, $300 a week for groceries and eating out, $75 for my husband, $60 for me, $125 for gas, and $425 in sinking funds. That comes to $985 in expenses, which is a lot. Which means we should be left with $1,210.54 to work into our different savings. Now, as far as savings go, I just expect that our Save and Go account will have $2 moved over. For penny savings, dice savings, and Disney challenges, I never budget anything for those because I use what's left over from our different expense accounts in order to put money away into here. So for penny savings challenge, I use the extra small bills and coins that come from my allowance and the food budget. And then for the dice savings challenge, I roll the 20-sided die in order to see what it is I gotta put away from my allowance. And then the Disney challenge is going to be the larger bills, the 5s, 10s, and 20s that are left over from food and my allowance. So today happens to be December the 4th, so we are a couple days into this week already. I wanted to show you how our different spending envelopes are looking so far. Okay, so for food, we did go out to eat to a hibachi steakhouse, and if you guys missed that on my other vlog, you can see it right over here, but it was lots of fun. It's one of those places where they get to cook the different foods in front of you, and my son and my daughter absolutely loved it. And if my husband gets a regular meal and I get a regular meal, they always give you so much food, so then we can easily divide it among our 2 kids, and it actually isn't too bad. So that little shindig is, I think, all we spent. So for food, we still have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 210, 220, 225, 226, 226, 64. So we have a good chunk of change still left for our food budget this week. My husband, so far, all he did was reload his Starbucks card, so he still has 20, 40, 45, $50 left in his allowance. My allowance, I haven't spent any of it yet, so I have 20, 40, 60 still to spend, which means I should be brave and roll this right now and go ahead and save some money for our dice savings challenge. What we got? Can you see that? It landed on a 6. Oop. A 6. So I put $20. That means I need to take 14 out. I don't even know if I have $14 in change. Hold, please. I do. So from my dice savings challenge, if I put 20 in, I can take out 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So I rolled a 6. So that means technically for my allowance, I have what? 44? No, 54. Come on. Come on, math. Come on, math. Did I do that right? 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. That's not right. I should have 20, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. Yeah, this should have gone in my dice savings challenge. What a mess. What a mess. Okay, I think we got it now. $54 to spend. We can do it. We can do it. All right. Gas and transportation. I filled up my car this week, $45 to the penny, which is insane. That never happens. You always stop the pump and it's like 1 penny or 2 pennies over. So that means we're left with 20, 40, 60, $80 left in gas for this week. I don't think I'll have to fill up again this week, but my husband might. And then that's it. That's our back to bank envelope. We are Gucci. Okay, so let's finish filling all of this out then. Dice savings challenge, we did end up putting $6 away, and we're still not sure about all of that yet. So just for budgeting sake, we're only planning on putting $2 away into savings, which means we should be rolling over into week 3, $1,208.54. We have just a couple more days left in week 2, and then we'll move on to week 3. So I hope things stay according to plan. So far, so good in terms of our expenses. Some of our bills already came out. I think we'll be okay for this month. At least we better be, because December tends to be quite a spendy month. But yeah, of course, I'll keep you guys updated in that process. But that is it for today, you guys. Thanks so much for sticking around for the end of the video. If you did, good job. Proud of you. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. If you guys are enjoying my Vlogmas series, please feel free to view that playlist of the different Vlogmas videos I have for you. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.